Two crowns, one throne. This is not just a battle for survival, but for dominion. In a place where everything can kill or be killed, instinct is the only weapon that remains. They know no fear, no retreat, only the instinct to strike until the mighty fall. A single moment of carelessness can mean death. And when the hunt begins, the old order is about to be torn apart, and a new empire is waiting to be born. There is a story told not in words, but in heavy footfalls. As young males mature, they begin to leave the pride and explore the edges of their territory. One lion ventures out alone and wanders straight into the heart of a hyena clan. Another lion has heard the call and rushes to his aid. Together, the two lions stand their ground against the hyena horde, forcing them to retreat. On the savannah, survival is not just about strength, it's about brotherhood. Cold, despotic, and resolute, the spotted hyena clan submits to the reign of its queen. Her authority is absolute. In the shadows of the savannah, only the strong are permitted to exist. The queen governs every facet of the clan's life, from the hunt to the right to mate. Facing this tempest is the army of the Lion King, calm, decisive, and united. They stand firm, as if to defy the most furious waves of their enemy's wrath. Can the hyena clan overthrow the king and shatter the savannah's established order? And if the mighty ruler is besieged, what then? Within the society of the spotted hyena lies a remarkable truth. It is a society governed entirely by females. Researchers sometimes afford these matriarchs a title of power, queen. The matriarch holds supreme authority in the clan. She dominates not only physically but also controls all access to resources and food. And it is not just the queen, every adult female in the clan outranks every single male. Female hyenas are typically larger than males, weighing on average between 132 and 154 pounds, while males weigh a mere 99 to 132 pounds. But it is not merely a matter of size. High levels of androgen hormones during fetal development make the females more assertive and muscular. The females typically remain within their natal clan for life. They form tight, enduring bonds with their mothers and sisters. This cooperation allows them to hunt together, care for the young, and defend their territory as one. The males, however, face a different fate. Upon reaching maturity, at around 2 years of age, nearly all will leave the clan of their birth. This dispersal is crucial to prevent inbreeding and maintain genetic diversity. A male must find his way into a new clan, where he will always start at the very bottom of the hierarchy. He must wait, submit, and endure sometimes for months before he is finally accepted. When a subordinate hyena returns from a hunt, it must perform a mandatory ritual, the greeting ceremony for the queen. No command is given, yet this social instinct has been ingrained since birth. The subordinate hyena presents its genital region to the dominant female. Hyenas have scent glands near the anus that secrete a complex cocktail of pheromones. This scent carries information about genetics, health, and even mood. Like a human fingerprint, the scent from these glands is unique to each individual hyena. After the greeting, the queen claims the kill. This meal will be used to feed her young. Here, the matriarch builds a matrilineal order so strong that social status is inherited like royalty. If the mother is the matriarch, her daughter, a true princess, will automatically secure the rank directly beneath her own. In a study spanning more than 14 years in the Ngorongoro crater, Tanzania, Scientists confirmed that 100% of cubs inherit the social status of their mothers. From the moment they open their eyes, high-ranking cubs are given priority to nurse, are the first to eat, and occupy the center of the den. But this is not simple indulgence. It is a technique for socializing power. These cubs grow up with a sense of entitlement, while others quickly learn that they must yield. However, a position is never guaranteed for life. Every day is a lesson in politics. From just a few weeks old, hyena cubs begin to play together. These interactions involve mock bites, chases, and play fights. This is how the queen's offspring becomes acquainted with power. The mother will support her cub in any conflict. This behavior is repeated, teaching both the princess and the other cubs to recognize their place. In the world of the hyena, alliance is the currency of power. They possess a remarkably advanced social intelligence. Here, on the edge of existence, every action is a gamble for survival. Hyenas understand the social relationships of others. Who is related to whom? Who holds a higher rank? Individuals form fluid coalitions, sometimes merely to displace another from a position of dominance. To become a true ruler, succession alone is not enough. A female must have followers. Aggressive or bullying behaviors become tools for asserting authority. Low-ranking cubs often become targets. This reinforces and perpetuates the system. This leads to significantly higher levels of physiological stress in lower-ranking individuals. Yet, it is not always so harsh. When their bellies are full, they still engage in playful behavior, which helps to nurture social bonds. In theory, a clan of spotted hyenas can number up to 80 members. Spotted hyena society operates on a fission-fusion model, meaning it splits apart and comes together again. In reality, 60% of smaller groups consist of only 1 or 2 individuals, and adults may spend up to 40% of their time alone. This serves to reduce internal competition and optimize hunting opportunities. Most importantly, it protects the cubs from aggressive clan members. With the power of an adult hyena, their list of prey is diverse. This intelligence is so complex that researchers have discovered hyenas possess the ability to count their opponents. In a confrontation with lions, they can assess the numerical odds and decide whether to attack, wait, or retreat. This is not just instinct, it is the mathematics of survival. Blue wildebeest, gazelles, zebras, and buffalo calves are all within their sights. The spotted hyena is the definition of an opportunist. It does not always search, stalk, and hunt its prey. Sometimes it simply waits for others to do the hardest work. To be an opportunist means not specializing in one type of prey or a single hunting method. Instead, they exploit every available opportunity to find a meal. The spotted hyena is a persistent, determined predator with an unnervingly cool ability to read a situation. When an opportunity or a threat reaches a certain threshold, the entire clan will assemble. Their sloping body structure gives hyenas excellent balance when running and changing direction, especially during long pursuits. Its heart makes up nearly 1% of its body weight, double that of a lion, allowing it to sustain speeds of up to 37 miles per hour for several minutes. Large-scale hunts are often led by the females, thanks to their superior size. The largest females lead the charge, latching on at multiple points, even seizing a zebra's mane to drag it down. The savannah is ever unpredictable, and fresh meat is not always available for a large clan. During the dry season, water grows scarce, and territorial wars become increasingly fierce. This rhinoceros has fallen victim to a brutal territorial dispute. Amid the echoing roars of the night, the survivor is not the strongest, but the most adaptable. The spotted hyena is a master of scavenging. Its sense of smell is its most powerful faculty, capable of detecting the scent of decay or blood from over 2.5 miles away. However, every unexpected feast demands extreme caution. Its darting eyes scan the surroundings, its ears pricked for the earliest sign of lions. The hyena is called a master scavenger because its biology is perfectly suited for it. They possess the most powerful bite force relative to their body size of any terrestrial mammal. Their bite has been measured at over 1,000 pounds of force. This figure is 40% stronger than that of a lion and 15% stronger than a grizzly bear's. Relative to their size, spotted hyenas have one of the most robust skulls of all carnivores. Their jaw muscles are immensely powerful, anchored to a prominent sagittal crest. Their teeth serve a dual purpose. The upper and lower premolars are conical and designed for crushing bone. Their bone-crushing ability surpasses even that of the brown bear. Behind these bone-crushing teeth are razor-sharp carnassials for slicing through thick hide. This means they can consume nearly every part of their prey, including skin, hooves, bones, and even teeth. The digestive system of the spotted hyena is another biological marvel. With a stomach pH below 2, it is potent enough to dissolve bone, horn, and hoof. A single individual can consume up to 32 pounds of meat in one sitting. Thanks to all these adaptations, the spotted hyena has become one of Africa's most efficient hunter-scavengers. Studies show that 60 to 80% of their diet actually comes from their own hunts, not just from scavenging or theft. However, the spotted hyena is not considered an apex predator, although it is very close to that position. The reason lies with the lion. Lions are the hyena's greatest rivals. They will take a hyena's life whenever the opportunity arises. Hyenas rarely confront an adult male lion directly. They may target cubs or weaker individuals, but generally avoid head-on clashes. For centuries, the spotted hyena and the lion have symbolized the eternal rivalry of the savannah. Clashes are frequent, marked by powerful bites and desperate struggles over a carcass. But what often goes unnoticed is how similar these two species are in their social structures. Both spotted hyenas and lions are the most socially complex predators in Africa. One lives in a clan, the other in a pride. Though their structures differ, matriarchy versus patriarchy, both revolve around order, alliances, and intricate territorial strategies. Both rely on force and strategy, and both understand that survival is never an individual affair. And perhaps it is in these similarities that conflict becomes inevitable. For in nature, it is often those who are most alike that become the fiercest of enemies. Unlike all other great cats on the planet, the lion is the only one that truly leads a social existence. It does not live in solitude, nor does it hide deep in the forest, but gathers in a complex social unit. Their social model is also fission fusion, just like that of the spotted hyena. Members of a pride may temporarily split into smaller groups to hunt or rest, only to merge again later. A typical lion pride has about 15 members, but can sometimes number up to 30, including a few adult males, related lionesses, and their cubs. Within the order of the pride, only the strong maintain their standing. But here is the fascinating part. Just like the spotted hyena, it is the lioness who is the heart and soul of the pride. Males may come and go, but the lionesses remain tied to their birthplace, carrying the pride's bloodline and memory through generations. Beneath the sandy coat and sharp eyes lies a natural-born warrior, a commander of strategy and loyalty. As the afternoon shadows lengthen, the lionesses begin to move. They glide like phantoms, with no mane to hinder them or give away their position. With a smaller frame than the males, only 265 to 397 pounds, but far more agile and with greater stamina, the lionesses use every bush and tree as perfect camouflage. The hunt begins with strategy. Each individual has a distinct role to play. Some spread out wide, taking up positions on the flanks, silently closing in, driving the prey into a state of confusion. Others hold the center, lying in wait. As the panicked prey flees toward them, that is the moment for an explosion of speed. A single moment of error, and the line between life and death is instantly redrawn. A lone lioness hunting a springbok has a success rate of only about 2.3%. But when they hunt as a group, that number can soar to nearly 30%, a clear testament to the power of cooperation. Groups of lionesses can bring down a full-grown giraffe or even a young elephant weighing nearly 13,000 pounds if conditions are right. In an assault on a herd of Cape buffalo, with each animal weighing up to 2,000 pounds, the lionesses are often the first to charge in. And when the dust settles, they return as mothers, nurturers, and protectors. What makes the lioness so extraordinary is that she does not discriminate between her own cubs and those of others. As long as a cub belongs to the pride, a lioness will nurse it, shelter it, and teach it how to survive. This behavior, known as allonursing, helps to synchronize the development of the cubs and enhances their collective chances of survival. On the savannah, survival is not just about strength, it is about absolute loyalty to the pride. In lion society, the lioness is not only a warrior and a mother, but also a decision maker. When the pride must move, hunt, or avoid threats, it is the closely related lionesses who determine the course of action. Even when predators like leopards, hyenas, or a coalition of strange males intrude, it is the lionesses who stand shoulder to shoulder to protect their young. However, if you look deeper into the role of a male lion, you might realize that behind the majestic title lies a challenging and short-lived role. In the complex social system of lions, the male plays a vital part in safeguarding the pride's existence and the continuity of its bloodline. With a massive frame weighing from 330 to 573 pounds, the male lion possesses powerful muscles and a bite strong enough to crush the bones of a zebra. Although not the primary hunter, the male does participate in some hunts, typically those involving large and formidable prey like Cape buffalo or giraffes. However, most of the time, the male lion does not hunt. Instead, he guards the meal, driving away scavengers like spotted hyenas. The most striking feature of the male lion is his thick mane. This mane serves as both natural armor in battle and a signal of testosterone levels and health. The darker and denser the mane, the stronger the signal that this male is a powerful individual and an ideal partner for reproduction. Yet, what truly determines a male lion's position is not just his appearance. It is his ability to protect his territory and his pride. Each pride can control a territory of up to 100 square miles. The male patrols the borders, marking the area with urine and roaring. His roar can carry for up to 5 miles, a clear warning to any who might consider trespassing. On this land, his roar is not just a sound, it is a declaration of survival. When confrontation becomes unavoidable, he is the first line of defense. But that strength does not last forever. An aging male lion is still patrolling the edge of his territory. In the thicket opposite, eyes gleam. It is a coalition of 3 young, muscular males, their eyes burning with ambition. They do not roar, they do not declare war. They simply move in slowly, as if silence itself is part of their takeover strategy. On the line between power and oblivion, a single moment of hesitation can seal a king's fate. The old lion rises, his mane erect, muscles tensed, preparing for an inevitable confrontation. But age is a silent betrayer. The fight is not long. A few minutes later, the ground trembles, a roar echoes, and then fades. No one ever sees that male lion again. All that remains is an unclaimed space. When the warning roar of the male lion no longer echoes, the first to notice the power vacuum are the hyenas. They begin to move in, becoming the most audacious of thieves. In the Ngorongoro crater, they have been observed stealing up to 100% of the prey caught by lionesses when no male lion is present. Spotted hyenas, while generally wary of male lions, show far less fear towards the females. A lioness strays into spotted hyena territory. She is nearly overwhelmed by their powerful jaws. But 4 other lionesses arrive to her rescue. The lioness is not a natural object of fear for the hyena. They are equals, sometimes dominant, sometimes overwhelmed. Even without a male, the lionesses must still hunt to feed their cubs. Spotted hyenas will not hesitate to challenge a lone lioness to steal her meal. The lone lioness has no choice but to wait until the hyena clan departs. This time, 3 lionesses have brought down a buffalo. As usual, the hyena clan arrives. The attack begins with a strategy that scientists have named mobbing, a tactic of collective intimidation. The entire savannah holds its breath. 2 predatory forces about to engage in a battle of survival without quarter. From a distance, the spotted hyenas begin to form a tightening cordon, their tails held high like defiant flags. The sounds they produce are a cacophony of shrieks, derisive laughter, and whoops that echo across the savannah. Researchers have noted that these coordinated mobbing attacks increase the hyena's chances of stealing food from lions by more than 60%. Each individual knows its role, from the one creating a distraction to the one attacking from behind, to the one making noise to apply psychological pressure. When a lioness charges one hyena, it becomes the trigger for an all-out battle, in which the hyenas have the advantage of numbers. The others seize the opportunity to snatch the prize. It is not a new plan, but it is always effective. Unless a male lion appears. The arrival of a coalition of young male lions changes everything. This time, they have come to take over the entire pride. The lion cubs now become the most vulnerable targets. It does not take long for them to overpower the pride. The lionesses, exhausted after many nights of fending off hyenas, can fight no more. Then comes the infanticide, swift, brutal, and inescapable. The nursing cubs, offspring of the old male, are all killed. The purpose is to bring the lionesses back into estrus as quickly as possible, allowing the new males to pass on their own genes. In an instant, a mother's pride turns to sheer terror. She sees not conquerors, but executioners. Her instincts tell her a grim truth. The little ones she has risked her life to protect, the bloodline of the former king, have just been sentenced to death. No pleas are heard, no mercy is given. This is not just a war for power, but the most brutal ritual of survival, where life and death trade places in the beat of a savanna heart. This is the law of the savanna, unforgiving and unshakable, where a new throne is always built on the blood and tears of the old generation. And in the victorious roar of the new rulers, there is a silent scream that only a mother can hear. The mothers, though grieving, are forced to follow the new rulers. Instead of spending months more raising their young, they are now ready to conceive again. This time, with the males who control the pride. When estrus returns, a wave of mating begins, intense and relentless. A lioness may mate over 50 times a day with a single male, continuing for 4 to 5 consecutive days. This frequency has nothing to do with bonding or affection. It is a biological strategy to ensure successful fertilization. However, it is not just one male who participates. In a coalition, males often take turns mating with the same female. This creates a blurred paternity, where no single male can be certain which cubs are his. Later, this reduces the risk of future infanticide, for if each male believes he might be the father, he is less likely to harm the young. A new generation is taking shape, carrying all the genetic traits the coalition fought to pass on before they, too, are eventually overthrown. The existence of any pride is never fixed. Males do not care for or participate in the raising of the young. Meanwhile, the lionesses continue their duties of raising cubs, hunting, and maintaining the social structure. In the social structure of the spotted hyena, the female holds absolute dominance. This power is built through alliances among closely related females, forming a tight-knit network. The female hyena possesses one of the most unique biological features in the mammalian world, an elongated clitoris known as a pseudopenis. This structure is more than a physical curiosity. It serves a profound social function. In a kingdom where strength often belongs to the male, the female hyena has rewritten the laws of evolution, turning biology into power. To mate, the female must actively retract this organ to allow the male access, meaning no mating can occur without her full cooperation. Males often have to court a female for an extended period, memorizing her estrous cycle and waiting for the right biological moment. During this time, they exhibit submissive behavior when approaching a female in estrus. Females tend to prefer younger males, those who were born into or joined the clan after them. Passive males tend to be more successful in courting females than aggressive ones. This is considered a natural anti-coercion mechanism, an extraordinary evolutionary step that allows the female to retain complete control over reproduction. The average gestation period is 110 days. In the final stage of pregnancy, the queen provides her developing cubs with higher levels of androgens. The queen also tends to conceive and give birth earlier. This gives her offspring a head start as they grow. Cubs are born with a soft, dark brown coat and weigh an average of 3.3 pounds. They begin fighting each other almost immediately after birth. This is particularly pronounced in same-sex litters and can lead to the elimination of the weaker cub. This sibling rivalry, or siblicide, eliminates about 25% of all hyena cubs within their first month. Spotted hyena milk has the highest protein and fat content of any terrestrial carnivore. Females are fiercely protective of their cubs and do not allow other adults, especially males, to come near them. When the breeding season arrives, the females gather at a communal den, where all the females of the clan can care for their young together. The unforgiving law of nature allows no weakness. Only the adaptable and the ruthless can endure. While one group hunts, the remaining females stay behind as babysitters, watching over the young hyenas. But when the mothers are away, the cubs are at their most vulnerable. Male lions regularly patrol their territories. They miss no opportunity to eliminate their rivals. The killing of hyena cubs by lions is a selective, strategic act, not one driven by hunger. They do not stop until they have confirmed the target is completely neutralized. Finally, they mark the scene with their scent, signaling the presence of dominant power. This behavior can be seen as a long-term survival tactic. By eliminating competitors early, they give their own offspring a better chance to hunt and survive. By the time the hunting party returns, it is too late. Despite being the dominant force in her clan, the queen is not immune to the harsh laws of nature. When the queen loses her heir, her lineage within the clan's power structure is severed. If a younger, stronger female, supported by powerful allies, emerges, she can absolutely challenge the current matriarch. The crown is passed to the queen's sister, younger, stronger, and, crucially, still with an heir and many close allies. The old queen will not leave the clan, for to leave means certain death. She will descend to a lower position in the hierarchy, from queen to commoner. Once a female loses her dominant position, reclaiming the throne is nearly impossible. When power shifts, the entire clan shifts with it. Relationships, access to food, and even hunting roles are all altered. In the wild world, no one remains at the top forever. Today's hunter can be tomorrow's hunted. The hyena clan, under the command of the new queen, gradually shifts its primary focus from lions to smaller predators. African wild dogs are now in their sights. Though smaller than lions and spotted hyenas, the highly skilled packs of wild dogs are not to be underestimated. Their hunting success rate is as high as 90%. Much of their success comes from having one of the most effective social models among carnivores. A perfect blend of discipline, loyalty, and solidarity among its members. A typical African wild dog pack consists of 7 to 15 adult individuals. Unlike the power struggles common in other carnivore species, this pack is led by a single breeding pair. The alpha pair are not tyrants, but leaders guided by experience and respect. When the alpha female gives birth, usually to a litter of 6 to 16 pups after a 70 to 73-day gestation, these helpers take turns guarding the den. Once the prey is exhausted, the entire pack swarms in. The food is shared almost immediately. Pups, the sick, and the old are all given priority. But just as the pack is feeding, a loud growl sends them into a panic. It is a spotted hyena. Two charge in first, swift as the wind. Another follows, devouring the wild dog's unfinished meal. Nearly 20 dogs are outnumbered. These opportunists are 1.5 to 2 times the size of an African wild dog. The size difference always puts the wild dogs at a disadvantage in disputes over food. However, spotted hyenas are not always successful. Thanks to their coordination and tactics, African wild dogs can sometimes fight them off completely. The hyena's rounded, muscular back is not just a powerful engine for running, it is also a natural shield, making bites from behind harder to latch onto. African wild dogs cannot overpower a hyena, but they can intimidate it into leaving. The very strategy that helps hyenas overcome lionesses now forces them to retreat from smaller predators. The black-backed jackal is another creature that often gives hyenas trouble. With a black saddle on its back and bright tan flanks, this animal is the embodiment of a quiet survival strategy. The black-backed jackal has an exceptionally developed auditory structure. Its large, erect ears can pivot independently to catch the faintest sounds from over 100 yards away. Weighing only about 22 pounds with a top speed of 37 miles per hour, the black-backed jackal can take down small prey. But its reputation is not built on brute force. It lies in its sharp intelligence and situational awareness. The presence of jackals near the hunting grounds of hyenas or lions is no coincidence. They do not need to kill to survive. They just need to be fast, patient, and clever enough to scavenge from the giant's feast. In many cases, ignoring the jackal is not an act of kindness. It is an efficient cost-benefit analysis. First, the black-backed jackal cannot compete for the main prize. They pick at the scraps that the hyenas do not bother with. Second, jackals can inadvertently help hyenas detect danger early. With their keen hearing and lightning-fast reflexes, jackals are often the first to notice an approaching leopard, lion, or other predator. Third, when food is abundant, hyenas are often too busy to handle the enormous amount of meat. In these moments, competition lessens, and the jackals can eat the scattered remains undisturbed. But hyenas are not always so tolerant. The pups of the black-backed jackal sometimes become targets for young hyenas practicing their hunting skills or a source of food during times of scarcity. When the instinct for survival is challenged, even the weakest can become a dangerous adversary. But that does not mean jackals cannot cause trouble for the larger predator. If a lone hyena confronts 4 jackals, defending a carcass becomes a serious struggle. In the battle for carrion, the white-backed vulture has never been an outsider. These birds do not hunt in the traditional sense, but subsist almost exclusively on carrion, a food source few others dare to touch. Each individual can consume up to 2.2 pounds of meat in minutes. And at large feasts, hundreds can strip a carcass clean in less than 30 minutes. What makes them masters of scavenging is not just their sharp beak or featherless neck, but also a stomach with extremely high acidity. With a pH below 1, this biological weapon is capable of digesting even deadly bacteria like anthrax or rabies. For this, the white-backed vulture is nature's great cleaner. In practice, when a hyena brings down a wildebeest, the sound of tearing flesh and the smell of blood quickly alert the vultures circling above. In just a few minutes, the sky darkens as enormous wings congregate. It is the moment the savannah becomes a vortex of survival, where the strong, the weak, and the scavenger merge in a dance of death. Their strength lies not in ambushes, but in numbers and strategy. They are willing to risk injury, using their bodies to create chaos. With beaks as hard as steel, they tear at the remaining muscle, even digging deep into the abdominal cavity to get to the internal organs. Spotted hyenas, black-backed jackals, and white-backed vultures, the most notorious scavengers of the savannah, frequently clash over carcasses. Sometimes, they even dare to challenge the lion's feast. A reckless spotted hyena is the first to face the punishment of a lioness. Afterward, they circle cautiously, keeping their distance. In the outer ring, the black-backed jackals loiter, and further beyond, the white-backed vultures wait. When stealing from social predators proves too difficult, hyenas shift their focus to solitary or small group hunters. Their next target, the cheetah. As the first rays of sunlight cut across the savannah, an antelope lifts its head, but it is too late. Not far away, the fastest land mammal on Earth is pressing itself to the ground. Without hesitation, with a single leap, it launches forward. In 3 seconds, it reaches a speed of 56 miles per hour. This is not about stamina. This is an all-out sprint. The antelope dodges through a bush, making a sharp turn, but the cheetah does not falter. Thanks to an unusually developed inner ear structure and a tail that acts as a stabilizer, it maintains perfect balance. In just a few seconds, the gap is closed. A final pounce, A swift bite to the throat. Life ends in silence. The hunt is over quickly, but each one comes at a high cost. If it fails, the energy lost could mean a day of hunger. Even in success, the prize may not be kept. But then the scent of blood on the wind calls to the silent robbers, and the cheetah's nightmare begins. Spotted hyenas can smell it within minutes. A cheetah tries to fight off the thief, but the hyena will not back down. When a second hyena arrives, it is a 1-on-2 fight. The odds are clear. In the distance, another figure is approaching. Who could it be? That figure carries with it the threat of power and survival. Despite their muscles, sharp jaws, and coordinated hunting skills, lions are not always up for long chases. When energy runs low and hunger erodes all patience, they choose the quicker path: theft. And their favorite victim, the spotted hyena, their eternal foe. A single heavy footfall kicks up dust. A single sharp glance silences the hyena's laughter. No warning, just a charging lion, sending the hyena clan scattering in an instant. Each charge is a testament to the harsh law of the wild. This is not uncommon. In fact, stealing from hyenas is a frequently documented behavior in lions, especially during times of scarcity. After giving birth, lionesses often enter a very sensitive period, hiding away from the pride to care for their young for the first 4 to 8 weeks. They must hunt alone while nursing and protecting their cubs. So, the lioness either hunts alone or seizes any opportunity for a meal. A confrontation with 4 hyenas at a carcass will not escalate if neither side crosses a line. The lioness, exhausted, quietly approaches and begins to eat alongside the hyena clan. The hyena clan seems confused. They try to drag the carcass away. One calls to the clan, the others pull with all their might. But the mother will not yield. She must eat to feed her young. In the Ngorongoro crater, where nature paints a majestic picture of sprawling grasslands, every footstep and roar rings out like a sentence of doom. Here, every roar, every footstep is part of a relentless battle for survival. In this vibrant ecosystem, lions and spotted hyenas are the two dominant forces. Each species employs unique strategies to assert its place in this rich but competitive environment. The Ngorongoro crater is not a dense rainforest or an arid desert. It is a vast caldera where low grasslands, acacia woodlands, and seasonal water bodies converge. However, this abundance of resources is also the epicenter of intense conflict. Lions, with their superior strength and ambush tactics, are not just formidable hunters, but also opportunistic scavengers. Unlike in southern Africa, lions in the Ngorongoro crater usurp up to 71% of the prey hunted by hyenas. A pride of lions led by powerful black-maned males can easily overpower even large hyena clans. Instead of hunting constantly, lions leverage their size and brute force to dominate the ecosystem. Hyenas, in contrast, excel in stamina and patience. They hunt by exhausting their prey, often targeting migratory species like wildebeest or zebra. Using encirclement strategies, hyenas weaken their target before bringing it down. Even after a successful hunt, hyenas must defend their kill from lions. Faced with danger, hyenas employ defensive tactics. They form protective circles around their kill or vulnerable members, emitting loud, strange calls to summon reinforcements. Their characteristic laugh is both a communication tool and a psychological weapon. Yet, despite their resilience, the Ngorongoro crater is lion territory. Lions, the true kings of the savannah, are responsible for 60 to 70% of adult hyena mortality within the crater. A lion attack is swift and ferocious. With precise tactics, the lion charges its prey, using its powerful jaws to strike at vital points. The competitive relationship between lions and hyenas is not merely a story of two apex predators. It is a crucial factor that shapes the entire structure of the Ngorongoro crater ecosystem. When the balance is broken, everything can change in an instant. However, an imbalance can arise when one species becomes too dominant. When lion populations grow too rapidly, hyenas face increasing pressure, forcing them to alter their hunting strategies or seek new territories. Survival waits for no one. Only the adaptable endure. In the heart of southern Africa, between the arid Namib Desert and the vast savanna grasslands, lies the Namibian savanna woodlands. This is not a dense forest, but an immense landscape of vast grasslands dotted with camel thorn trees. The camel thorn trees, growing up to 65 feet tall, are the lifeblood of this region. Their roots plunge as deep as 150 feet into the earth, drawing up scarce groundwater. Amidst the grasslands are dry riverbeds like the Honib and Kunene rivers, which only hold water during the rainy season. Despite their arid appearance, these dry rivers are the lifelines of the land, where lush vegetation grows along their banks. With 350 to 400 lions roaming the park, Etosha boasts one of the highest lion densities in the world. Their resounding roars echo across the plains, a proud declaration of their dominance. In the darkness, every step, every roar underscores the absolute power of these savanna kings. Etosha National Park is not a sanctuary for the weak. With an average annual rainfall of just 15 inches, it is a land of harsh extremes. Herds of springbok and gemsbok traverse the plains in search of water, but their existence is constantly threatened by two apex predators. Lions, the rulers of the savannah, rely on strength and ambush tactics to hunt. An adult lion, weighing up to 420 pounds, can bring down large prey like buffalo or zebra with just a few calculated strikes. However, their tactics extend beyond the hunt. In an environment of scarce resources, lions frequently steal prey from hyenas. Hyenas, on the other hand, excel in stamina and teamwork. A large hyena clan, often numbering in the dozens, knows how to coordinate its efforts to exhaust its prey. Equipped with powerful jaws, unparalleled aggression, and superior numbers, they can quickly subdue even large animals. However, their success is often overshadowed by the threat of lions. In the arid environment of Etosha, scarce water sources like Okauquejo and Halali become hubs of life. These water holes are not just gathering places for animals to quench their thirst, but also battlegrounds for lions and hyenas. Conflicts are frequent, especially at dusk or during the night when both predators are most active. The dynamic between lions and hyenas in Etosha is more than mere competition. It is a complex interaction that maintains the balance of the ecosystem. The power imbalance between lions and hyenas significantly affects the equilibrium of the Namibian savanna woodland ecosystem. In this case, hyenas are at a disadvantage compared to lions, often being overpowered, which leads to a sharp decline in their numbers. This means that carcasses are not disposed of in a timely manner, which can lead to the spread of disease. The rainy season on the savannah begins in November, transforming the entire landscape. When the first rains touch the African savanna, the parched land awakens. Dry rivers are reborn, forming temporary lakes that attract herds of wildebeest and zebra. However, this transformation disrupts the balance of predatory activity. The tall grass becomes a double-edged sword. For lions, it provides better cover for ambushes, but reduces visibility. For hyenas, the soft, slippery terrain does not hinder their stamina, but does prolong their chases. Hyena clans operate like a finely tuned machine, where each individual has a distinct role. During a hunt, the strongest adults lead, directly attacking the prey to apply pressure. Other members follow, encircling and exhausting the prey until it is quickly subdued. This coordination not only maximizes their collective power, but also minimizes the risk to each individual. The success rate of hyena hunts increases by 25% when they hunt in groups. The society of the hyena is built on a solid matrilineal foundation. In each clan, the females hold power, dominating all the males. This hierarchy is not just a social structure, but also a survival strategy. During the rainy season, when food sources are dispersed, this matrilineal structure becomes crucial for maintaining stability. The dominant females not only decide the clan's hunting strategies, but also lead confrontations. With their larger bodies, averaging 150 pounds, and higher testosterone levels, the dominant females naturally assume leadership roles. They have priority access to food and play a crucial role in protecting the clan's young. The rainy season poses significant challenges for the clan's cubs. Floods and low temperatures can be fatal if they are not properly cared for. In hyena society, the adult females play a vital role in nurturing and protecting the young. The social structure of hyenas not only establishes order, but also enhances hunting efficiency and territorial defense. The females not only care for their own offspring, but also protect the other cubs in the clan. This collective care reduces mortality rates, especially in harsh weather conditions. During the rainy season, when the grass grows up to 5 feet tall and the terrain becomes slippery, coordination among members becomes a key factor for survival. In group hunts, hyenas use intelligent encirclement tactics. They drive their prey into soft, muddy or flooded areas where the terrain slows the prey's speed and agility. Some hyenas block escape routes from the front, while others pursue from behind. The coordination of the hyenas is not just a simple chase, but a meticulously organized operation. The strongest adults often lead the attack, applying pressure on the prey. While smaller or younger members maintain the perimeter or provide support from the rear. Stamina is one of the hyena's most important weapons. Unlike lions, which rely on speed and power to overwhelm prey in a short burst, hyenas depend on their endurance to wear down their opponents. The powerful bite of a hyena, capable of generating a force of up to 1,100 pounds per square inch, is a formidable weapon. In coordinated group hunts, the hyena's success rate increases by 25%, especially during the rainy season. Carcasses of animals swept away by floods or exhausted also become an abundant food source, helping hyenas conserve energy. With their keen sense of smell, hyenas can detect a carcass from a distance of up to 3 miles. When the first heavy rains of the season fall, the African savanna undergoes a spectacular transformation. Themida triandra grass grows tall, creating green walls that obscure everything. Herds of wildebeest and zebra no longer congregate around fixed water sources as they do in the dry season. Instead, they disperse, taking advantage of the newly revived rivers and waterholes. In this chaotic landscape, lions face a significant challenge. How to maintain the strength of the pride, protect their territory, and hunt effectively. This is not just a story of survival, but a testament to the incredible social organization of lions. During the rainy season, lion prides must travel farther to hunt. Large prey like wildebeest and zebra are scattered, forcing prides to travel up to 15 miles a day to find food. The tall grass and soft, slippery terrain reduce the effectiveness of their ambushes. To overcome these difficulties, lion prides must adapt, relying more on teamwork and meticulous strategies. A lion pride typically consists of 3 to 20 individuals. Contrary to the myth of a single dominant king, the true center of the pride is the lionesses. These females maintain the rhythm of the pride, taking on the roles of hunters and caregivers for the young. Meanwhile, the male lions, with their superior strength and size, act as the pride's protectors. Although roles within the pride are clearly defined, coordination between males and females is essential for survival. Lionesses not only take on the task of hunting, but also nurture and protect the next generation. Male lions serve as guardians, ensuring the pride's territory remains safe from invaders. Hunting is not the only responsibility of the lionesses. They must also protect and nurture their cubs, the future of the pride. During the rainy season, with the increased activity of hyenas and leopards, the risk of cubs being attacked is at its highest. Dens are often chosen in higher locations, away from areas prone to flooding. Here, the lionesses take turns guarding the cubs, ensuring their safety. This protective behavior is not merely a duty, but a testament to the strong bonds within the pride. During the dry season, herds of wildebeest, zebra, and buffalo congregate around fixed water sources. However, when the rains arrive, rivers overflow and waterholes appear, causing these animals to disperse widely. The challenges for predators are not just the distance, but also the changing terrain. Mud slows down chases, and grass up to 5 feet tall obstructs vision. A group of lionesses, typically 2 to 4 members, coordinate perfectly with each other. They move silently, getting closer to their target with the tall grass completely concealing their movements. The success rate of lions using ambush tactics in tall grass increases by 40%, surpassing any other predator. When the distance closes to 10 or 20 feet, one lioness launches an attack, swift and precise. The others quickly surround the prey, cutting off all escape routes. This tactic is particularly effective against slower, larger prey like buffalo or even giraffes. The rainy season, with its challenges and obstacles, does not diminish the dominance of lions on the savannah. Instead, it highlights their intelligence, organization, and sophisticated hunting prowess. From ambushes in the tall grass to coordinated group attacks, lions are not just warriors, but artists on the stage of nature. In the pouring rain, as their roars echo across the plains, they display not only strength, but also resilience and adaptability. During the rainy season, male lions take on a very different role. While they only participate in 5 to 10% of hunts, male lions play a decisive role in protecting the pride. Their primary responsibility is to defend the territory and maintain dominance within the group. The rainy season not only transforms the landscape, but also increases pressure from the outside. Spotted hyenas, the fiercest competitors of lions, become more active, organizing large-scale attacks to steal prey. At the same time, young males from other prides intensify their efforts to challenge the dominant males for control. The pride's territory becomes a battlefield where every intruder pays a heavy price. Rain washes away the scent marks that lions use to define their territory. In this context, the task of defending the territory becomes even more urgent for the male lions. Weighing an average of 420 pounds, male lions are formidable warriors, using both strength and their resounding roars to assert dominance. A roar from an adult male can travel up to 5 miles, serving as a clear declaration of territory amidst the rain. One of the biggest adversaries of male lions are large hyena clans. When 10 to 20 hyenas attack using mobbing tactics, the male lion responds with absolute power. A single swat from their massive paws can severely injure or even kill an adult hyena. The presence of a male lion often forces hyena clans to retreat, restoring balance. The rainy season, with its trials and dangers, does not diminish the lion's dominance. On the contrary, it highlights their strength, not just in their powerful attacks, but also in their organization and unity. This is the complete portrait of the true rulers of the savannah, where every reign is a reminder of their resilience and intelligence. The scorching sun burns brightly over the African savannah, turning the vast landscape into a barren wasteland. Temperatures soar past 104 degrees Fahrenheit, searing all life on the ground. The once lush Themida triandra grasslands now crumble into dry, brittle patches. The dry season is not just a test of endurance for all species, but also a time when the balance of power shifts. The constant competition between these two apex predators becomes more intense than ever. As water becomes scarce, large water sources like the Mara or Serenera rivers become centers of life. Herds of wildebeest, zebra, and Thompson's gazelle, the main prey of both lions and hyenas, gather around the remaining waterholes. Scarcity forces both lions and hyenas to adapt, change their strategies, and sometimes confront each other directly to survive. The dry season turns the savannah into a harsh battlefield. The grass is scorched, the water is depleted, and the rare shade of the acacia trees cannot soothe the suffocating heat. This harsh environment leaves predators with few places to hide. The open terrain reduces the effectiveness of ambush tactics and increases the frequency of encounters. Lions reduce their daytime activity by nearly 20% compared to the rainy season, shifting their hunting primarily to the night. Hyenas, with their superior heat tolerance thanks to cooling mechanisms through panting, can extend their daytime activities. As the harsh winds of the dry season sweep across the African savanna, the landscape seems to hold its breath under the suffocating heat. A single spark, whether from a lightning strike or human activity, is enough to cause wildfires. Ash covers the ground, smoke obscures the sky, and life seems to be stripped away, leaving a desolate scene. Wildfires, a natural part of the savanna cycle, are relentless destroyers. Each year, over 4 million square miles of savanna are affected by fire. These fires burn everything in their path, from vast grasslands to low-lying bushes. The consequences are devastating. Herds of wildebeest, zebra, and Thompson's gazelle migrate to remote areas. As the prey disappears, the open, scorched terrain fundamentally changes the landscape of the savanna. For lions, this poses a significant challenge. Without tall grass for ambushes, they are forced to adapt their strategies, struggling in the open areas. Conversely, hyenas, with their remarkable agility and endurance, are better able to take advantage of these open spaces. The dry season in the African savanna not only brings scorching heat, but also fuels indirect battles. The entire ecosystem feels the strain of scarcity. In this harsh environment, lions and spotted hyenas engage in a silent struggle. Everything on the savanna begins with grass. The once dense vegetation, the foundation of the food chain, is eroded by the harsh weather. As the green fields disappear, herds of wildebeest, zebra, and Thompson's gazelle are forced to migrate. According to a 2023 ecological report, wildebeest populations in drought-affected areas have decreased by 40%. As prey becomes scarce, the interconnected relationship between lions and hyenas in the food chain becomes increasingly apparent. These two apex predators not only compete for prey, but also rely on scavenging to survive. A single wildebeest carcass can become the center of intense conflicts. The dry season completely changes the hunting behavior of both lions and hyenas. With fewer herbivores, lions conserve energy by being more selective in their hunts or by stealing food from hyenas. Lions often have the upper hand in these confrontations. A 2024 study in the Ngorongoro crater showed that 20% of a lion's diet during the dry season comes from scavenging kills made by hyenas. Hyenas, on the other hand, face pressure not only from lions, but also from the scarcity of resources. Thanks to their adaptability, they take advantage of every opportunity, scavenging the carcasses of animals that have died from exhaustion or lack of water. Data from the same study showed that 35% of the hyena's food source during this period came from what the lions left behind. This dynamic shows that lions provide opportunities for hyenas, and hyenas clean up what remains. The indirect relationship between lions and hyenas also heavily impacts the herbivores. As predator competition increases, herds of wildebeest and zebra face growing pressure. Carcasses are not just food. They serve as a link between species, initiating a complex chain of interactions. Animals that collapse from exhaustion become battlegrounds for lions and hyenas, but also rewards for other predators. Leopards are stealthy predators. Unlike the dominance of lions or the pack tactics of hyenas, leopards rely on secrecy. After a successful kill, they drag their prey up into the high branches of a tree to avoid the attention of larger predators. However, during the dry season, this strategy is not always effective. The arrival of a lion or hyena often forces the leopard to abandon its prey. These abandoned carcasses become valuable opportunities for hyenas. A 2024 study in the Ngorongoro crater found that 25% of a hyena's diet during the dry season came from prey abandoned by leopards. Without having to confront lions directly, hyenas can exploit these opportunities to reduce the pressure of hunting. But such actions do not always go unnoticed. With her complex social memory, the female hyena does not forget who took her cub. One quietly approaches, right where the lion cubs are playing. But the spotted hyena has been too careless. A male lion does not let anyone harm his cubs so easily. A bite to the neck. But no matter how large and powerful the lion is, killing an adult hyena is no simple task. The hyena's body is a biological fortress built for endurance. The coat of a spotted hyena consists of two distinct layers. On the outside are coarse guard hairs, about 1.2 to 1.6 inches long. Underneath is an undercoat of finer hairs, about 0.6 to 0.8 inches in length, providing insulation and protecting the skin. Beneath that fur is something that makes every predator wary: an unusually thick skin designed to withstand deep bites. In chaotic clashes, a single lion can easily injure a hyena. But to take down an adult individual from a clan, especially a female, requires several lions working together. After killing the hyena, the lion pride moves on. By the time the hyena clan discovers the scene, the body of their companion is no longer intact. They sniff the ground, gathering information about the culprits. Lions and spotted hyenas can both reign as the rulers of the savannah. But paradoxically, their greatest enemy is not each other, it is humanity. The threats that both species face today reveal the fragility of African ecosystems. Today, there are fewer than 20,000 lions left in the wild, a decrease of over 40% in just the last 25 years. The primary cause is habitat loss, as humans expand agricultural land, graze livestock, and build settlements. Human-wildlife conflict has also become a serious issue. When lions prey on livestock, people often retaliate by setting traps, poisoning carcasses, or directly hunting the lions. Additionally, lions are threatened by poaching for their bones, skins, and other body parts, which are sold through illegal markets. The spotted hyena, though often overlooked compared to the lion, faces similar dangers. Habitat fragmentation eliminates the vast territories that hyena clans need for hunting. In many pastoral communities, hyenas are considered pests and are killed in large numbers. Furthermore, they are affected by superstitions and folklore. In some regions, Hyena body parts are traded for their supposed magical properties. Not quite friendship, but not absolute enemies either, but certainly a fierce competition. Studies in the Serengeti, Tanzania have recorded that up to 58% of encounters between the two species end in conflict. One side maintains the balance of prey, while the other ensures that no resource is wasted. Nature has composed a tense yet harmonious symphony. But the story is not over. Lions and hyenas now stand at a crossroads of survival. And the outcome depends on whether humans choose to be destroyers or guardians. In response, people have begun to take positive steps to reverse the trend. Large protected areas like Serengeti National Park in Tanzania and Kruger National Park in South Africa have been established and expanded. Conservation programs like the Lion Recovery Fund aim to double the number of wild lions by 2050. At the same time, research projects on spotted hyenas in Kenya and Tanzania are underway to raise awareness. Some initiatives also focus on solutions for peaceful coexistence between humans and wildlife. For example, in Kenya, secure grazing areas experimenting with predator-proof fences have significantly reduced cases of lions and hyenas preying on livestock. Across the savannah, the roar of the lion and the echoing laughter of the spotted hyena remind us that life here is more fragile than ever. Without a collective effort, those sounds may only exist in memory. Every action, no matter how small, has meaning. Protecting lions, hyenas, and the African landscape is also a way of preserving creation itself. Ensuring that future generations can still feel the primal heartbeat of the earth. Because in the end, the roar of the lion or the laugh of the hyena is not just the sound of the savannah, it is the heartbeat of a living planet. And if you have ever witnessed these incredible animals, do not hesitate to share your knowledge and experience. The Kalahari Desert is not only famous for its scorching heat during the day, but also for its extreme temperature difference between day and night. Brown hyenas, like many other animals, are mainly active at night, which helps them avoid the intense heat and save energy. During the cooler months, they hunt and forage, using their superior sense of smell to find water and food. The role of brown hyenas in the Kalahari ecosystem is extremely important. They are scavengers, helping to clean the environment and prevent the spread of disease, while maintaining the nutrient cycle in the ecosystem, supporting biodiversity in the area. During the dry season, when food sources become scarce, the role of hyenas becomes especially important. They are an important link in the food chain, helping to reduce pressure on the entire ecological network. Biodiversity in the area. During the dry season, when food sources become scarce, the role of hyenas becomes especially important. They are an important link in the food chain, helping to reduce pressure on the entire ecological network. For larger carnivores such as lions, the dry season is not only a survival challenge, but also a time when they must adapt to a complex society. Lions in the Kalahari often live in prides, with a social structure consisting of related females, cubs, and one or more males. This group is not only key to effective hunting, but also helps defend territory during the dry season when resources become scarce. Close cooperation between pride members helps them hunt more effectively and defend their territory from threats. During the dry season, female lions play an important role in maintaining pride stability, not only in hunting, but also in caring for their cubs. As resources become scarcer, the solidarity within the lion pride becomes stronger, and cooperative behavior becomes more evident. Females often work together to hunt and care for the next generation. This is not only an adaptation to the harsh environment, but also a lesson in resilience and the power of solidarity in the wild. Have you ever wondered how complex an animal society can be? Lions, hyenas, and many other species in the Kalahari survive not only through individual strength, but also through cooperation, an important factor that helps them overcome the challenges of nature. The dry season in the Kalahari Desert is not only a challenge for the survival of animals, but also a stressful time, where the fight for territory and reproductive rights becomes more intense than ever. Male lions in a pride often have to patrol the borders of their territory, roaring loudly to assert their power and chase away intruding rivals. This fight is not only between lions, but also a relentless struggle for survival, where each lion must prove himself strong enough to maintain dominance in the pride. During the dry season, hunting becomes a matter of survival for lions. Wild antelopes, zebras, and gazelles are their main prey. But as water sources dry up and grasslands dry up, these animals have to move around in search of water and food. This causes lions' hunting strategies to change, as they have to learn to track the movements of their prey and wait for suitable opportunities. One of the lion's notable hunting tactics is group coordination, a skill they use to increase their success rate. Female lions often work together to approach their prey, using ambush tactics with the help of other members of the pride, creating an effective cooperative system. Sometimes, a few lions will attract the attention of their prey, while others approach and attack. This hunting method not only helps them hunt large prey that they would not be able to take down alone, but also demonstrates the great power of cooperation in nature. However, the scarcity of water in the dry season can also change the behavior of prey. Animals often gather around the remaining water sources, making them easier to hunt. Lions, with their sharp observation skills, often take advantage of this by hiding near water points, waiting for prey to come near. This hunting tactic itself demonstrates the great adaptation of lions, helping them overcome all challenges and survive in a difficult environment. Survival in the Kalahari not only requires intelligence in hunting strategies, but also requires animals to have special adaptations to cope with extreme temperatures and climate change. Lions, with their distinctive golden brown coats, can easily blend into the arid landscape of the desert, making it easier for them to hunt and avoid being detected by their prey. At the same time, as true nocturnal hunters, lions also avoid the intense heat of the day by hunting during the cooler hours of the evening, when temperatures drop and they can conserve energy in a harsh environment. Lions are not only powerful predators, but also play an important role in maintaining the ecological balance of the Kalahari Desert. Controlling prey populations helps them maintain biodiversity in the area, creating far-reaching effects in the ecosystem. As lions hunt and regulate herbivore numbers, they not only maintain nutrient cycling, but also influence the feeding patterns of other animals, creating a dynamic and resilient ecological network. However, the Kalahari Desert is not only home to the kings of the wild, such as lions. It is also home to the fastest animal on the planet, the cheetah. Unlike lions, cheetahs do not live in herds, but prefer to live independently or in small groups. Their survival depends entirely on their great speed and flexibility in each hunt. The dry season, when water sources are limited and prey must move to find food and water, is the time when the cheetah's hunting strategies become more important than ever. Cheetahs mainly hunt small to medium-sized animals such as springbok, impala, and gazelle. During the dry season, when water sources are depleted, prey are forced to migrate, creating new opportunities and challenges for cheetahs. With a terrifying speed of up to 97 kilometers per hour in short sprints, cheetahs can overtake their opponents in the blink of an eye. However, their victory depends not only on speed, but also on their ability to approach their prey silently and undetected. The dry season is both an ideal time for hunting, when scarce vegetation makes prey easy to see, but also when prey becomes more alert when water sources are scarce. Therefore, cheetahs must use a sophisticated attack tactic, quietly approaching their prey, taking advantage of every gap to rush at breakneck speed. But as water sources become increasingly scarce, finding easy prey becomes more difficult than ever. During the dry season, survival against predators becomes a severe challenge, and male lions are no exception. To protect their territories and gain reproductive rights with females in the pride, male lions often form temporary alliances with each other. These alliances help them defend larger territories, gain access to resources, and prey. The dry season in the Kalahari is not only a struggle for food, but also a fierce territorial war. Male lions roar to assert their power, deter intruders, and confront each other in fierce battles to maintain their place in the wild. Cheetahs, while solitary, are no less fascinating in the way they have adapted to the challenges of the Kalahari. As the fastest land predators, cheetahs have bodies perfectly designed for speed and agility, but they also possess excellent adaptations to survive in this arid environment. Their bright fur helps camouflage them against the desert landscape, while their special respiratory system with large nostrils and lungs helps them absorb oxygen efficiently during high-speed sprints. These features are vital to cheetahs' success as hunters, especially during the dry season, when food sources become even more scarce. During the dry season, lack of water becomes a common concern for all desert animals, including cheetahs. However, they are highly adaptable and can survive for long periods without drinking water directly. Instead, they get water from the prey they hunt. However, when drought conditions become severe, cheetahs may have to travel further to find water, which requires them to expend more energy to sustain their lives. Cheetahs not only act as apex predators, but also maintain the ecological balance in the Kalahari. They help control the numbers of herbivores, such as springbok and gazelle, preventing overgrazing and promoting biodiversity in their habitat. This helps to maintain a stable resource base in the Kalahari ecosystem, creating a sustainable biological cycle. Meanwhile, sand cats, meerkats, are exceptionally social creatures, living in closely knit cooperative groups called mobs, which can number up to 40 individuals. These groups are led by a primary breeding pair, while other members play supporting roles in raising offspring, finding food, and defending territory. During the dry season, when resources become limited, the sand cat's social cohesion becomes more important than ever. The complex relationships between individuals in the group are not only a factor in their survival, but also key to helping sand cats cope with the pressures of the harsh environment of the Kalahari Desert. Life in the desert is never easy, but it is thanks to these survival strategies that each species can overcome the fierce challenges of nature. In the Kalahari Desert, sand cats, meerkats, are not just small predators, but also sophisticated survival warriors. They are social animals that live in tight groups, with each member playing an important role in finding food and defending the group. Although insects are their main food source, during the dry season, when insects become scarce, sand cats must use all their hunting skills. They dig in the sand to find worms, tubers, and roots, important food sources that can provide both nutrition and water for them. One of the sand cat's remarkable strategies is food sharing. When a member of the group finds a food source, it will bring it back and share it with the rest of the group. This not only helps ensure that all members have enough nutrition, but also strengthens social relationships and helps the herd become more united during the challenging dry season. In particular, sand cats are also capable of locating food underground thanks to their extremely sensitive sense of smell, helping them survive when food sources above ground become scarce. With their keen eyesight and hearing, sand cats can detect danger from a distance and at the same time search for food effectively. Meanwhile, they also have body temperature regulation behaviors to cope with the intense heat of the desert. Sand cats' digging activities also create tunnel systems, which not only help them find shelter, but also create conditions for other animals to use. These tunnels can help loosen the soil, contributing to improving the ability of plants to grow in the area. Sandcats are an integral part of the Kalahari desert food chain. They are both predators and prey for larger carnivores. By controlling insect populations, sandcats help maintain the ecological balance of the desert, while also providing an important food source for other animals, thereby supporting the biodiversity of the entire ecosystem. However, while the sandcat is a symbol of survival in the wild, another animal in the Kalahari stands out for its great independence and flexibility: the leopard. Leopards are known as lone hunters, but their ingenuity in adapting to any environment has made them excellent hunters. During the dry season, when the Kalahari becomes harsher, leopards not only fight hunger, but also face challenges due to lack of water and scarce food sources. But thanks to their agility and excellent hunting strategies, leopards remain one of the kings of the desert, challenging all harsh conditions to survive. Leopards, one of the big cats with excellent adaptability, especially in the harsh environment of the Kalahari Desert. With their distinctive polka dot coat, they skillfully hide in the darkness of the arid forest, where they lie in wait for their prey. The leopard's hunting tactics depend not only on patience, but also on their excellent climbing ability, allowing them to attack their prey from above, a strategy that is particularly effective in the dry season when prey congregate around water sources. The dry season in the Kalahari is an extremely harsh period for leopards. Not only do female leopards have to ensure that they have enough food for themselves, they also have to feed and care for their cubs. Success in each hunt not only determines the leopard's survival, but also directly affects its ability to maintain its species in arid and deprived conditions. To cope with the heat of the day, leopards often hunt during the cooler hours of the day or at night when temperatures drop. This helps them conserve energy and increase their ability to attack prey by surprise. Leopards are solitary animals, and each maintains a large territory, which they regularly patrol and defend against intruders. During the dry season, defining and defending territory becomes more important than ever, as resources become scarce and competition between species becomes more intense. Male leopards often have larger territories, and they are willing to travel many kilometers to protect food sources and mating opportunities. To survive in the harsh conditions of the Kalahari Desert, leopards have developed special adaptations. Their bodies are equipped with powerful muscles, sharp claws, and keen senses, all of which serve their stealthy and ambush hunting lifestyle. However, in this arid environment, leopards have also developed behavioral and physiological characteristics that help them cope with high temperatures and lack of water. The leopard's excellent climbing ability allows them to find shelter in trees, not only to keep them away from danger, but also to protect their prey from other predators. When hunting, leopards often carry their prey up into trees, both to keep their meal safe and to reduce the possibility of being attacked by other predators. Leopards can change their diet, hunting smaller animals or birds when large prey becomes scarce, which helps them remain flexible and survive in the challenging environment of the Kalahari. This adaptation not only makes the jaguar one of the desert's most skilled hunters, but also maintains the ecological balance of the region, as they help control herbivore populations and maintain the biodiversity of the desert ecosystem. However, while the sandcat is a symbol of survival in the wild, another animal in the Kalahari stands out for its great independence and flexibility: the leopard. Leopards are known as lone hunters, but their ingenuity in adapting to any environment has made them excellent hunters. During the dry season, when the Kalahari becomes harsher, leopards not only fight hunger, but also face challenges due to lack of water and scarce food sources. But thanks to their agility and excellent hunting strategies, leopards remain one of the kings of the desert, challenging all harsh conditions to survive. Leopards, one of the big cats with excellent adaptability, especially in the harsh environment of the Kalahari Desert. With their distinctive polka dot coat, they skillfully hide in the darkness of the arid forest, where they lie in wait for their prey. The leopard's hunting tactics depend not only on patience, but also on their excellent climbing ability, allowing them to attack their prey from above, a strategy that is particularly effective in the dry season when prey congregate around water sources. The dry season in the Kalahari is an extremely harsh period for leopards. Not only do female leopards have to ensure that they have enough food for themselves, they also have to feed and care for their cubs. Success in each hunt not only determines the leopard's survival, but also directly affects its ability to maintain its species in arid and deprived conditions. To cope with the heat of the day, Leopards often hunt during the cooler hours of the day or at night when temperatures drop. This helps them conserve energy and increase their ability to attack prey by surprise. Leopards are solitary animals, and each maintains a large territory which they regularly patrol and defend against intruders. During the dry season, defining and defending territory becomes more important than ever, as resources become scarce and competition between species becomes more intense. Male leopards often have larger territories, and they are willing to travel many kilometers to protect food sources and mating opportunities. To survive in the harsh conditions of the Kalahari Desert, leopards have developed special adaptations. Their bodies are equipped with powerful muscles, sharp claws, and keen senses, all of which serve their stealthy and ambush hunting lifestyle. However, in this arid environment, leopards have also developed behavioral and physiological characteristics that help them cope with high temperatures and lack of water. The leopard's excellent climbing ability allows them to find shelter in trees, not only to keep them away from danger, but also to protect their prey from other predators. When hunting, leopards often carry their prey up into trees, both to keep their meal safe and to reduce the possibility of being attacked by other predators. Leopards can change their diet, hunting smaller animals or birds when large prey becomes scarce, which helps them remain flexible and survive in the challenging environment of the Kalahari. This adaptation not only makes the jaguar one of the desert's most skilled hunters, but also maintains the ecological balance of the region, as they help control herbivore populations and maintain the biodiversity of the desert ecosystem. After 95 days of pregnancy, Nala finds a safe haven among the dense vegetation of the savannah to give birth to her cubs. Young leopards, weak and vulnerable, are completely dependent on their mothers for survival. Their first months of life are a challenge filled with dangers, and each decision Nala makes will determine the fate of the whole family. To protect her cubs from predators such as hyenas or lions, Nala must constantly change her hiding place, traveling a distance of up to 8 kilometers per day. She not only searches for a safe place for her cubs, but also trades her time to find food. This process requires not only carefulness, but also constant perseverance.
Nala must accept sacrifices, possibly sleepless nights, to monitor and protect her cubs. While the leopards were still under the protection of their mother, Nala faced the greatest challenge of her life: hunting. She had to search for food while remaining alert to protect her cubs. One day, Nala spotted a lone impala moving lightly among the bushes. At this moment, all of Nala's hunting skills were put to the test. She approached her prey cautiously and precisely in a decisive moment. Nala, with a quick movement, rushed at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour in just a few seconds. She knew that success in this hunt meant another day of survival for her family. Each lightning-fast leap is not just a part of instinct, but a symbol of relentless perseverance. Now that they needed more food, Nala's task became even more difficult and challenging. Hunting alone in a dangerous environment like the savannah is not easy. Can you imagine the loneliness and challenge of a cheetah when it has to fight with a success rate of only 1 in 5 times? In this harsh environment, life can only thrive thanks to the strong connection between creatures and their amazing ability to adapt. The female lions play an extremely important role in maintaining the balance in the savannah because they are not only talented hunters, but also provide food for the whole pride. Their ability to coordinate with each other not only helps increase the success rate of each hunt, but also ensures the survival of the whole pride. When hunting on the savannah, female lions face a myriad of challenges. Statistics show that only 1 in 5 hunts is successful, but when they join forces, the success rate increases significantly. Unity is a key factor in protecting cubs and even males in the pride. They hunt at night, when the chances of winning are greater, especially for vulnerable prey such as zebra, wildebeest, and impala, whose ability to detect danger relies mainly on sight rather than smell. The presence of female lions is crucial to maintaining balance in the savannah ecosystem. As they regulate the numbers of herbivores, such as zebra and wildebeest, they help prevent these species from overpopulating, which can affect the habitat of the entire area. Antelopes, when they overconsume plants, not only damage natural resources, but also cause a decline in soil quality and the health of grasslands. Besides being talented hunters, lionesses are also excellent mothers. From birth, leopard cubs are completely dependent on their mothers for care, protection, and education. This is no small responsibility, requiring courage and constant sacrifice. Every day, female lions face numerous dangers from other animals such as hyenas, leopards, or even male lions who can threaten the survival of their cubs. In the social structure of a lion pride, male lions are constantly changing. They can occupy new territories, establish temporary alliances, or fight for control. However, it is the female lions who maintain stability and maintain the lineage through many generations. It is thanks to the female lions that the spirit of the pride is maintained, continuing to fight the relentless challenges of the savannah. While male lions may leave, female lions always stay, maintaining survival and passing on important knowledge to the next generation. Changes in the landscape are challenges not only for herbivores, but also for lionesses. However, it is in these difficulties that they reveal their true strength. Their resilience, intelligence, and ability to adapt to circumstances become their most powerful weapons. They not only change their hunting strategies, but also protect their cubs with all their courage and learn to face the harsh cycles of wildlife. It is this ability to overcome all challenges that has helped lionesses become immortal symbols of resilience, the queens of a kingdom where survival is the greatest reward. And perhaps in the wild, creatures like lionesses are models of strength and smart, always know how to overcome difficulties. One of the most amazing places in the wild world is the crater de Ngorongoro, one of the most outstanding natural wonders of Africa. With an area of about 260 kilometers and an average depth of up to 600 meters, this is the largest intact volcanic crater in the world. What makes this place a paradise for wildlife? Simply because, in the heart of this crater, nature has created a rich ecosystem, which includes green grasslands, clear lakes, swamps, and dense forests, creating an ideal habitat for thousands of animal species. The crater de Ngorongoro is a miniature world where wild creatures gather from large predators such as lions, hyenas, to herbivores such as wildebeest, zebra, and black rhino. With around 25,000 large mammals living here, this area creates a wonderful harmony between predators and prey. In the heart of this crater, a unique wild society has formed, where animals live in harmony in a delicate balance. In the wild, hyenas have completely defied the rules of the animal kingdom. Unlike other species, here power does not belong to the males but to the females. They are the foundation of entire dynasties, queens who lead complex and well-structured clans. Female hyenas are symbols of strength, cunning, and resilience, in an environment where survival requires constant change and adaptation. In hyena society, the dominant female is not only the head, but also the pillar of the entire social structure. Clear hierarchies help females stand at the top, control resources, and decide all matters within the group. Even the most powerful male hyenas must bow to the will of the mother and acknowledge her absolute power. This reflects not only sharp intelligence, but also deep social bonds, creating a strong and sustainable community. The leadership of the female hyena is not only domination by force, but also wisdom in maintaining stability and harmony in the group. She is the one who maintains peace, guides the younger generation, and makes important decisions to ensure survival in a challenging environment. Maintaining this dynasty is not only instinct, but also a profound social strategy. When faced with difficulties, have you ever thought that it is intelligent leadership and foresight that help maintain the development of a group? The continuation of the hyena dynasty lies in the maternal instinct. The females care for their cubs with great devotion and patience, teaching them how to hunt, communicate, and survive. In the first weeks of life, cubs are completely dependent on their mothers for survival. The female hyena's milk, rich in nutrients, provides an early advantage that prepares the young for the challenges ahead. The lessons that cubs learn are not only about hunting or finding food, but from a young age, they begin to absorb the complex social rules of the clan. They understand the importance of hierarchy and cooperation. Their simple games are important moments in developing essential life skills. These interactions not only help build the future of the cubs, but also sustain the vitality of the entire clan. The transmission of knowledge through the generations is what keeps the hyena dynasty going. Every lesson they learn, every behavior they imitate, contributes to the survival of not only the individual, but also the community. Although often seen as opportunists, the role of hyenas in the ecosystem of the savanna is extremely important. As they consume carcasses and the leftovers of other predators, hyenas keep the ecosystem clean and prevent the spread of disease. However, the hunting ability of hyenas cannot be underestimated. When they work together, hyenas can take down larger prey, proving that they are more than just scavengers. Every hunt by hyenas is a testament to their strength and ability to work together. Despite their strength and resilience, hyenas face countless challenges every day. They must compete for territory, resources, and safety from larger predators. But it is in these struggles that female hyenas truly show their true colors. As leaders in an incredibly complex society, they are not only models of strength, but also symbols of continuity. Female hyenas are not only talented leaders, but also the heart of an entire dynasty, regardless of time. They are symbols of power and continuity. In the animal world, female hyenas are the ones who keep the fire burning for the clan, maintaining life and development throughout the generations. At the heart of every pack, the matriarcha, the female chosen for her wisdom and influence, is not only the leader, but also the teacher, the guide, and the protector, the solid foundation of the entire group. Her accumulated memories and experiences are a precious treasure, containing paths to water, food, and safe shelter. She shares this information with the younger generation, ensuring the prosperity and survival of the pack. Have you noticed that in a society, the wisdom and experience of those who have gone before, are the solid foundation on which the next generation can develop and progress. In the life of an elephant, the family bond is at the heart of everything, an unbreakable social structure where cooperation is key. Each adult elephant has a role to play, from caring for the calves to keeping the group safe. Matriarcha does not lead alone. She always has the strong support of the adult females, forming a strong support network for the common good of the herd. This system, built on trust and teamwork, is what helps the herd face all challenges. When the calves encounter difficulties, such as crossing rivers or going through difficult terrain, the adult elephants will ensure their safety. This spirit of solidarity is the backbone of survival in the wild. The elephant herd, led by the matriarcha, is not just a group of elephants, but a force that shapes a large part of the savanna, leaving a deep and indispensable mark on the ecosystem. This herd, which includes adults, calves, and young females, can have from 10 to 20 members, but this number varies depending on the development of new generations and when young bulls split off to pursue their own path. The matriarcha, usually the oldest and most experienced elephant in the herd, can live up to 60 years old. She leads with wisdom and experience accumulated over decades, using her excellent memory to guide the herd through dangerous paths and protect the survival of the group. By leading the herd through safe paths, searching for food and water, the matriarcha elephants not only ensure survival in harsh times, but also create a solid foundation for the sustainable development of the whole group. Under their leadership, the elephant herd develops harmoniously, strengthening the social bonds essential for the survival of the community. The actions of female matriarcha elephants do not stop at maintaining life, but they also have a strong impact on the surrounding environment. By cutting down dry trees to access nutritious leaves, they create gaps in the forest, becoming a shelter for countless other animals. These actions are not just survival, but natural engineering works, turning the savanna into a diverse ecological carpet. Without the matriarcha and their leadership, the balance of the ecosystem would be severely disrupted, threatening the rich biodiversity that depends on this complex interaction. The journeys that matriarcha lead are challenging, lasting up to 50 kilometers in a day, enduring scorching heat and harsh conditions. Each step is not only a journey for the herd's survival, but also their profound impact on the entire ecosystem. The way matriarcha passes on knowledge to the next generation is an incredibly profound process. Young elephants learn from their mothers not only how to interact with other species, but also how to find food in difficult times. Passing on these valuable lessons ensures that the savanna will continue to be a balanced and dynamic habitat while sustaining the prosperity of the elephant. In the silence of the savanna, the matriarcha does not rule by force but by inspiration. Their presence is a reminder of the power of unity, resilience, and a close connection to the surrounding environment. They are not just inhabitants of the wild, but architects of the ecosystem, creating life and prosperity for the entire land. When we see a herd of elephants from a distance, led by the matriarcha, it is difficult not to feel the respect that the savanna has for them. The strength and wisdom of these mighty queens is a testament to the greatness of nature, showing that even in the vast wilderness, there is order, purpose, and an unshakable force. Being a queen is not about dominating with force, but about the ability to maintain balance and the rhythm of life. Although they do not possess the brute strength of predators or the enormous size of elephants, zebras still play an extremely important role in the ecosystem of the savanna. Their distinctive stripes, like fingerprints, are not only beautiful, but also have a profound purpose. They stand out against the gray sky and yellow soil of the savanna. And like the queens of the savanna, they play an important part in the eternal cycle of life. The stripes on the zebra's body are not only an aesthetic mark, but also play an important role in temperature regulation and in deceiving predators. The optical effects of their stripes act as a shield, making it difficult for predators to accurately determine the distance and direction of the zebra when it is running away. In addition to being exceptional herbivores, zebras are also able to consume tough grasses that many other species cannot eat. When they graze, they not only nourish themselves, but also open the way for more sensitive plants to grow, thereby creating benefits for many other herbivores. This food chain, from zebras eating grass to supporting plant growth, is the first step in an incredibly complex and wonderful ecological cycle. In the savanna, the future of a zebra herd depends on the decisions of the females. With sharp instincts, they choose the best places to graze, find water, and protect their cubs. Adult females are the ones who maintain the cohesion and safety of the group. The birth of a calf is an important event, fraught with risks. From the very first steps, often just minutes after birth, the mother establishes a strong and immediate bond. This bond is extremely important, as in the early days of life, the calf is completely dependent on its mother for protection, nourishment, and guidance. A female can give birth to one calf each year, ensuring the continuity of the herd, but this also comes with the challenges of keeping them alive in a harsh environment. Herds of zebras are constantly on the move, searching for new pastures. They face scorching heat, predators, and water shortages during the dry season. Females, in particular, show incredible resilience in leading their calves through dangerous terrain and protecting them as best they can. Zebras not only play a vital role in maintaining the survival of their herds, but also play an essential role in the natural food chain, along with countless other animals. In the wild world of the savanna, herbivores like zebras not only exist to sustain themselves, but also play a vital role in feeding predators like leopards, hyenas, cheetahs, and lions. While this may sound tragic, it is actually an essential part of maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. The natural cycle of life, with all its brutality and beauty, reflects a divine purpose, where each species performs its role. As long as there is no undue interference from humans, the balance between predators and prey will continue, ensuring the survival of wildlife. As we have seen, zebras not only play an important role in maintaining the life of the herd, but also contribute greatly to maintaining the biodiversity of the savanna. When they graze, they create space for new plants to grow, creating conditions for other animals to survive. At the same time, they also become part of the food chain, providing nutrients for predators, thereby maintaining the natural balance. When zebras give birth to a calf, they are not only sustaining the life of their family, but also creating an indispensable part of the eternal cycle of nature. This reproduction is not only a rebirth, but also an affirmation of their important role in maintaining and renewing the ecosystem. They perform their role with great resilience and beauty, asserting the wild royalty they possess. With every step, every birth, zebras prove that they are the true queens of the savanna, not only through their beauty and strength, but also through the way they perform their indispensable role in the life and development of the ecosystem.